let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Monday call. I'm so grateful that you can spend an hour of your time to hear what this information is about. And, you know, my friends, I came across this information back in January. And by February, when I was in London, I was transformed. And so this information I'm sharing with you is not just theory. Okay, we're not here to talk theory. We're here to talk realism. We're going to hear maybe from some testimonials from people who have been involved in this company, involved with this project a lot longer than me, and tasting this product, which is absolutely amazing. So as you know, my friends, every week I see this slide and it says an opportunity of a lifetime has arrived. Now, as it's a Monday, we will be spending a little time towards the end talking about the money aspect of it, because ideally, if you're living longer and more healthier, you're going to need your money to be running alongside you, right? You know, it's not the most important thing, but, you know, we rank it right up there with oxygen. And we're going to be talking about oxygen on this call tonight, my friends. So it says an opportunity of a lifetime has arrived. I would actually say a product of a lifetime has arrived. Now, we're going to talk about this. This is a major problem that's going on in our 21st century world. You know, in 2026, we are seeing so many people, unfortunately, you know, have disease of the body in many different forms I never even heard about when I was growing up. Okay. And so the food on the left, you know, and I like this food, guys. I'm not saying I'm here to be some kind of health advocate and don't have your sodas and stuff. I like it. But that's a problem. Okay. The problem is this food, this sugary diet, this acidic foods are not good for your health. Okay. Having it once in a while, in a blue moon, your body may or may not even, you know, let you know that it's enjoying it. You know, if you don't typically eat this type of food, your body may just reject it from a start. And I've kind of grown up eating that kind of food, this acidic food in nature, and it's causing a major problem. Okay, whether it's the sodas, whether it's, you know, your ice creams and your French fries and things of that nature. And how about on the flip side of the coin, you know, you could be somebody who goes to your supermarket always getting your groceries, the best of the best. You get your kale, your broccolis, your whole nine. You make sure you get it, and don't even go down and they're even not interested in this fast food diet. But then they're sprayed to death, and the minerals are depleted from the soil, and we have a very challenging situation, my friends, in our modern day lifestyle. Okay, so there is a solution, as we know. You know, eating a certain amount of fruit, veg to your diet, which is fantastic if you can do that. You know, it's always good to have all the different colors of the rainbow on your plate. But again, it's not always a practical thing, doable thing in our modern day lifestyle. Okay. And unfortunately, the other food, which is maybe more convenience there at hand. And sometimes this convenience isn't better for you. All right. Sometimes we create more problems. We create solutions. You know, we can have food a lot quicker. We can put stuff in a microwave and then have the food in a heartbeat. But then what is the after effect of that? You know, I spent my whole life, my professional life in IT, and, you know, we have an acronym, garbage in, garbage out. And essentially what gets left behind is not just the byproduct, it's what's left behind in your bodies is a problem. Okay. And we're going to be talking about what the effect of that and how, like I said, we have a grand solution to that. You know, an apple a day back in the day may need to be like 10 apples a day to keep the doctors away on that same level. Okay. So antioxidants, things that can protect your body, help your body heal, is absolutely paramount of importance. So don't take it from me, my friends. I want to introduce you to this gentleman here, who, if you've never heard of him before, this gentleman is a Nobel Prize winner. In 1931, his thesis was the primary cause and prevention of cancer. Now, let me just ask you a question before we dive into the details. Do you think, by any stretch of the imagination, that him bringing this to the table, winning a Nobel Prize in 1931, do you think there's more of a cancer issue in 2026 than there is in 1931? You know, feel free to post in the chat what you think. You think that was more of an issue back then or more of an issue right now? Okay. Personally, I believe we've got way more of an issue now than we've ever had in human history. And his work was about the metabolism of tumors. Check this out. Otto Heinrich Warburg demonstrated that all forms of cancer develop due to two basic conditions. How many? One? A million? No, two basic conditions, guys. One of them is acidosis, which is acidity of the blood. The second one was hypoxia. Sounds like a disease. Lack of oxygen, right? So imagine, my friends, he says here, cancerous tissues are acidic tissues and healthy ones are alkaline tissues. My goodness, you know, I came across this information around 30 years ago when a cousin of mine passed away due to cancer. I never really knew about alkaline and stuff like that. And wow, I started to educate myself, because up to that point, I didn't know that there was cures for cancer. I kept watching the TV and they're saying they're still trying to find a cure and they're raising billions of dollars and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to conferences in the US and I'm hearing the opposite. I'm like, somebody ain't telling the truth here. So there's stuff out there that maybe people don't want you to know and maybe keep you stuck in a certain way of thinking. So for me, guys, it raised my curiosity, because I'm like, my cousin wasn't even 40 when she passed away. And, you know, I was, you know, devastated, of course. But then it got me on that journey of health. And it's come full circle, because back now in 2026, this is the same thing that I was talking about or learnt about decades earlier, because of primarily what happened with my cousin. Now, this gentleman here, as I introduced you to, if you'd never heard of him before, the stuff that he was saying hasn't changed, my friends. The stuff I learned 30 years ago hasn't changed. Disease cannot survive in an sorry, I was going to say it the wrong way there. Disease cannot survive in an alkaline body. So if your body is acidic, you know, it's going to thrive. All of those acidic foods I was showing at the beginning there, not the nice, colourful colours of the rainbow, your fruits, your veg. No, the other stuff, they're acidic in nature. And so he went on to say here, deprive a cell 35% of its oxygen for 48 hours and it may become cancerous. So guys, there's two things we spoke about: acidity of the blood, of the body, and oxygen, okay? Lack of oxygen. I didn't realize how important those two things are to your cell. So check this out. Free radicals. I'm going to be talking about the effects of something that runs around in your body, and you may not see it, right? With the naked eye, you cannot see it, run it on what's going on underneath the hood. But if you was to peel back the onion off your skin, sounds a bit painful, that you may see certain things that that's going on. Just like if we really saw what was going on in our cells and what's around it, we're going to be talking about that. Some of our choices may be completely different to what we're doing today. And I'm definitely the first one in the queue, because I wasn't really dealing with things in a proper way in terms of my nutritional levels around, especially around water. I was definitely not the advocate for drinking lots of water, or the poster boy for drinking lots of water. All right. So a free radical is an isolated oxygen atom, and excess of it becomes harmful to you. So this is, you know, when you have cell that's oxygenated, you know, you got oxygen in your cells. The free radicals, they come, boom, your body's be able to fend it off. You've got a healthy cell. The one on the right, my friends, is unfortunately what happens. And the after effect of that is what I'm going to talk about in the next slide. But this research goes back to 1954. Now, again, I don't think any of you guys were around in 1931, and maybe some of you might have been around in 1954. This is not new information, okay? New to me about the devastating effect of free radicals to the body. So check this out, my friends. An overwhelming amount of studies have shown the link between lifestyle disease and free radical damage. So everything I'm telling you guys is not because of Leroy Lawson said so. No, who cares about what I say? I want to get validation from people who have spent their professional life talking about these things. So Dr. Richard Cutler, he went on to say the amount of antioxidants in your body is directly proportional to how long you will live. Guys, we're talking life and death here, right? This ain't no joke. This is serious stuff. Former director of the National Institution of Aging. Do you think he might know something about early aging, premature aging? All right. So this is what he says. And look at this. Look at this laundry list. Cardiovascular disease, diabetes, age-related macular degeneration, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancer, metabolism disorders. I mean, that list in itself, guys, is just, it covers pretty much every kind of disease that is really a plague in the body, whether it's heart disease or, you know, cancer, which is the number 1 and 2. They always duke it out which one's going to be number 1 and 2 killer in the world, and they pretty much take the title. Okay, and so this is how dangerous this excess of free radicals that's taking place in your body, my friends. And so I'm so grateful for this information and the guy who shared this with me back in January, because I'm sure nobody wants to age before their time. Look, you know, 10 years older. And we've heard testimonials of people who have, through taking this product, which is just something that you add to your water, has actually rolled back the years. And I tell you what, my friends, I'm feeling like I'm 10, 15 years younger in terms of just the way my body moves and how I feel in my body. I've not felt this way in, I would say, a decade. Okay, so we'll talk about a bit about that when we talk about how the product is helping people. But this is for real. Like, you know, this is what could be the after effect of the free radical damage that's going on. So if there was something that can help reduce that, I'm sure all of you would be interested, right? So we're going to talk about how can we reduce acidity and free radicals in our body. Great question. And we're going to cover that in the next video. So first, we're going to understand this chemical reaction that takes place in magnetized water. Okay, as I always say, and Simone would say, and other people who've now been exposed to this information, not all water is the same. So I'm going to play a short video, guys, and I'll be back in a second.
When we are thirsty, we fill a glass with tap water or drink some water from a plastic bottle. After all, water is water, right? Magnetized water is popular in Japan. But before we get to know its properties, it is important to understand how and what happens to magnetized water. If you take some water to analyze, you will notice that its molecules are disordered. This is because of the minerals. When submitted to magnetic fields, the molecules turn back into their normal state, which makes the water more beneficial to our health since it heightens the energetic balance of the body and strengthens the immune system in general. That's why magnetized water helps prevent many diseases of the human body. Did you know that more than 70% of our bodies are formed by water? We need to replenish water to eliminate toxins from the body, hydrate tissues and cells, help the kidneys, facilitate blood flow, to fight bloating and boost immunity. Some of the benefits of magnetized water are: helps in nutrition and hydration of cells, aids in cell cleanse, reduces blood acidity and the excess of free radicals in the body, increases the oxygen in cells and blood, makes the hair softer, moisturizes the skin, leaving it soft and healthy, aids in the prevention of many diseases, lowers blood sugar levels, preventing diabetes, helps prevent many types of cancer, reduces the risk of osteoporosis and fractures by increasing the bone density and bone resistance, avoids premature aging, increases energy levels. According to studies published by the National Institutes of Health, USA, drinking magnetized water means more quality of life. If you already knew about magnetized water, tell us what you think.
Yep, we are absolutely going to tell you what we think, and we think it's absolutely amazing, my friends. So we're going to talk about this chemical reaction of water. As you heard on that video there, the benefits are immense, okay? And we're not here to debate whether magnetized water works or not. We're going to, you know, this company where I'm introducing you guys to has been in business for 22 years, my friends. And like I said, I'm not going to talk anything else about 22 years today. We'll save that for another time. But that is a testament to the longevity of what we're doing here. And this information is literally something that's transforming lives all over the place. So this chemical reaction of water, when it's super magnetized, is known as water hydrolysis. Okay, so H2O dissociates into hydroxide ions and hydrogen ions. What does that mean? What do you care? Why? Why is that even important? Because one thing that I didn't realize why I was struggling to drink water, just go into the supermarket, buy in my bottled water. And guys, I wasn't cheap on it, all right? You might think, oh yeah, I bet you was buying that. No, I wasn't. I was spending good dollars buying good quality water, and I still struggled to drink more than 1.5 liters a day. And that all changed, guys, in February. I was literally like, you put a Superman cape on me now, and that's how I felt. Literally in a phone booth, I felt like Superman after getting exposed to this information. No word of a lie. So these hydrogen ions, and these clusters that take place, right, that gets formed, could be the very reason why I was struggling to drink this boring dry old water. And to be honest, I recently had water that I didn't put into my water bottle, and with this product, when we supercharge our water, I just had it straight, just a regular water bottle, and I just remembered why I struggled to drink water. It was no way as nice to drink as what happens when it's exposed to this product. So the minerals found in water, guys, react with hydroxyl ions and form this alkaline hydroxides. This is really, really important information. Calcium and magnesium is something that our bodies need. And, again, some of the stuff we would normally get, we're not getting. So we need to add it to our diets one way or the other. What better way, guys, can you think of something that your body needs every single day, which is water, and a way in which you just automatically gets added without you having to think about it, without you wondering, oh, did I put enough calcium or magnesium in my diet today? Did I take this supplement or whatever? No, it's just there with you. Amazing. So when consuming magnetized water, it reduces the body's acidity. Again, we were speaking about the very thing at the beginning of this meeting was how can we reduce the body's acidity? What about the free radicals you're telling me? Well, hold your horses, my friends. We're getting there. H2O, as I mentioned, dissociates into OH minus and H plus. Remember that old pesky free radicals? How are we going to eliminate them from the body? Guys, this is a game changer. The H2O gets neutralized by the very water you're drinking. Check this out. When you drink this water, my friends, the hydrogen ions react with the excess free radicals in your body, forming water. Oh my goodness. That's literally a mic drop moment. This, my friends, is the reason why when people are taking this water, they may find themselves, frequenting the washroom a bit more often than normal. Why? Because it's having that detoxing effect. It's getting rid of stuff that you don't want to have just sitting in your body. I know for me, not moving enough, right? They say the new smoking is sitting. People are sitting at their desk too much. I know you guys today were probably out enjoying the sun, which is fantastic. But in general, we're sitting too long. And I know for me, guys, that was one of the major problems for me. Somebody who's working from home in front of my laptop, sitting too long. Well, I tell you what, with this water, I wasn't sitting too long, right? Until your body starts to eliminate the stuff that it doesn't need, guys. Waste. We need to, get rid. That's what it's there for. So, did you know? Well, I played a little video, kind of gave it away at the beginning. But if you didn't know, your bodies are made up of over 70% of water. Okay? So, it's not just the fact, do you know? It's like, I knew this, but was I doing anything about it? No, I didn't, right? I know my organs need water. All your organs, your brain, you deprive your brain of water. Guess what? You're going to start feeling a bit lousy. You may start developing headaches and stuff. You're dehydrated. If you're drinking too many things that are going to take away the water content in your body, guess what? Your body's going to find a way to try and get it. And you don't want it to do that. You want to give it. You can't, You can't have a body running at maximum and I just liken it to driving your car. If you know you need to have your water in your car, in your radiator at a certain level, and it tells you and it drops below that, or your oil, and it's a dipstick, and you can see the levels in which you need to have your oil at, and you're just like, oh, well, I can see it's literally barely there. It'll be all right. You carry on with that. You see that the car's going to start performing in a way you weren't hoping for, right? And it's no different to your body, my friends, okay? Your body needs better quality than what you might be putting in your car. The amount of focus and attention some of us put on external stuff and not on the internal, and I'm guilty of that, guys, yeah? So, is the quality of the water we drink there? If it's not there, guys, it's not just a case you may be drinking enough. I was not in that class, right? I definitely wasn't part of that committee. I definitely wasn't drinking enough, so count me out. But there's people who are drinking a lot of water, but they're not getting the benefits, all right? And this gentleman here, Dr. Laia Ribeiro, he spoke about this: water determines disease, water determines health, appropriate adequate water restores health, ionized water hydrates, alkalizes, antioxidizes, and detoxifies. Water can be used as medicine. And my friends, this is no joke. This is what this gentleman here spent his life being a doctor, giving you this content. There's a doctor I came across, when my cousin was sick about 30 years ago. I came across a book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water. I was recently reintroduced to it. Amazing book by another doctor who, again, treated 3,000 inmates. He had a captive audience. They were prisoners, and they were literally dying of acute disorder, some kind of disease. And this was in Tehran back in 1979. He treated them, guys, with what? Water. Okay, he had no pharmaceutical to run on the corner. He treated them all with water. They were dehydrated, and he upped their water intake and things of that nature. And unbelievable, guys. This is incredible. Okay, so again, we need to feed our bodies with the right stuff. And just before I go even further, I cannot believe what I'm seeing now. And I posted it in the group recently about food being labeled as not fit for human consumption. Yeah, you heard me right. Food is now in supermarkets in North America not being fit for human consumption. How do you get away with that? Guys, they are not there for your benefit. Okay, you have to literally study and read everything you put in your bodies, guys. This water is more important now. For me, up in my age I'm now paying a lot more attention on my health than I at any point in my life, especially knowing the foods that are out there. They're terrible. It's literally modified, created in labs, replicated to make profit over you, and it's disgusting. Anyway, let me not get on my soapbox. Water has a massive difference, right? Water that does hydrate against water that does not hydrate. Okay, so in the left hand corner we have the water that I normally drank without supercharging it, and in the right hand corner I'm here in the corner with my water. Guys, there's no competition. This will knock the socks off the water that does not hydrate. And I'm going to show you exactly that. So imagine, my friends, your cells could be swimming in water that looks like the one on the right. Acidic, not getting enough nutrients, no oxygen in there. Look at the tank on the left hand side. It's beautiful. You can tell that was nurtured, money spent, money invested. Okay. Whereas the one on the right, totally neglect. Nah, it's all right. I'll be all right. I'll just drink what I want, eat what I want, and kind of stuff. That's what happens, guys. And like I said, I'm talking to myself when I mention this, because up until I hit my 50s, I really had no health problems I could even talk about. And then they were waiting for me till I hit my 50s. That's all I could say. So let's have a look at this. Water should be moving, guys. It's vibrant. It's alive. It's not stuck in a warehouse for hours at a time. Hours. I'm talking hours. Months at a time. Even years. How long is that water when you buy it till it gets to your household? I know for me, guys, I was, when I go to the supermarket, I buy these big bottles of water. I have to clean it off, get the vinegar, wash it down. It's dirty. It's dusty. How long has it been sitting there before I even drink it? It should be moving, guys. It should be vibrant. The product I'm introducing you guys to, and what's made such a difference, is this magnetized water. It puts the water back in the state as if you did go and get it straight from a spring. It literally, and we've heard, and I'm gonna go after my guys that are due to send me testimonials, people telling me how when they drink it, it feels like they were back in Jamaica drinking it from the spring. All this kind of stuff. And I must say, it's one of the most refreshing things, the best thing I've done for my health in a very long time. Okay, so With that said, guys, I'm going to play another short clip, and this gentleman here will really break down this chemical reaction with what we do and how you get a better idea of how this hydrates your body. So back in a second.
First, the water that most people drink has lost its original structural characteristics from when it was alive in nature. In springs, streams, and rivers, water is constantly moving. This favors its oxygenation, in addition to its structure being composed of small molecules, which increases its hydration power in the body. When water is stored or kept in containers, its surface tension is altered. Thus it becomes much heavier, with the formation of large molecule clusters, which are completely disorganized and lose oxygen. This molecular change compromises the penetration of water into cells that form organ tissues. But the original characteristics of water, so necessary for a good cellular hydration, can be restored. This is where magnetic treatment comes in. When water is subjected to a magnetic field, an event called hydrolysis occurs, which means breaking up of water. That is, the movement caused by the molecules causes a rupture of the clusters and promotes rearrangement into much smaller structures. Thus, these H2O molecules penetrate the cells much more easily, promoting better cellular hydration and cleaning. The second point, observed in the various studies carried out with magnetized water, is that it contributes to a reduction of excess of free radicals. How does this happen? When water undergoes magnetic treatment, there is an ionic dissociation, that is, the H2O water molecule, formed by two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, breaks up, releasing hydroxyl ions and hydrogen ions. Excess free radicals that are present in the body are negative ions, and they combine with hydrogen ions, forming new H2O molecules, thus removing them from the body. This is a very simple chemical equation that has been observed by several researchers. The third point is about the contribution to the maintenance of blood alkalinity, helping the mechanisms of our body. In hydrolysis, as we have seen, there are negative hydroxyl ions left over. This hydroxyl reacts with magnesium and calcium ions present in vital environments of our body, forming alkaline hydroxyls, in this case magnesium and calcium hydroxyls. These reactions help in the maintenance of blood pH and oxygen content. It is for all these reasons that water treated magnetically helps in the maintenance of good health.
Yes, my friend, I love that. So guys, we're going to dive in a bit more deeper detail into that, right? Because he spoke about something that's really important to understand. Your cells has these entry points where we want all those three things that you see on the slide there. It needs nutrients, right? How is it going to get in there? It needs to be hydrated. It needs oxygen. So light water molecules carry nutrients, guys. That is so fundamental. And so this is what typically happens with your water, which is probably why I wasn't drinking anywhere near what I should do for, my size. They say for 50 kg, if you're up to 50 kg, you should be drinking at least 2 liters of water. Was I drinking anywhere near that? No, my friends. And 50 kg and above, you should be increasing it based on your body mass. So somebody who's a lot bigger than myself would need to be drinking more water as a subsequence, right? So it's all in proportion. So water without magnetic treatment, this is what happens. Hard water full of clusters. This is the cell. And guess what? You have that bottleneck situation. Remember those clusters we spoke about? It's struggling to get, properly hydrated. Okay, so at best, guys, you're getting partial hydration of the cell. Okay, it's challenging to get that penetration of the molecules into the pores of the membrane, so you're getting partial. That's what happens when water does not hydrate. Now let me show you what happens when water hydrates. All right, so again, same scenario, same water, right? We're not asking you to change your buying habits. You're doing whatever you're normally doing, but now you add this to the mix, and guess what? Your cells are now getting hydrated. This unit here that you see in my hand, this magnet, it literally breaks down the molecules in the water. Ping, ping, giving it that, I kept hearing this, guys. It was driving me insane. People kept saying, this water's amazing. It's so refreshing. It's so light. And I'm like, really? And I can't wait to get my hands on it. And I said, if it just did one thing for me, if it allowed me to drink more water, I would be very, very happy. The mere fact is, it went on to do way more than that. I'm ecstatic, right? Which is why, you know, you can't shut me up on a Monday and well, you can't shut me up any day of the week, but especially on a Monday and Thursday, because I love talking about this amazing product. So light and better absorbing into your water. As a result of that, a byproduct of that, you're getting hydrated. You're not just drinking it for the sake of it. Okay, the magnetization breaks up those clusters and decreasing the water hardness, promoting hydration and total nutrition of cells. And it does make such a difference. We've had it when I had to give my product away when I first got involved. A friend of mine, you know, his mum was traveling to Ghana, and I didn't know what her pains were, what anything were, what her challenges, nothing. But he said, can I get it to him in time? I didn't have, you know, the product wasn't going to arrive in time. So I gave up my own, right? And I'm telling you, it wasn't good. Like, I went back to drinking water as it was, and it was very noticeable in the household. Thank God my order came in a week later. I was so happy. But I was so happy to hear how it helped his mum and how it helped him. Unbelievable. So we've got something pretty amazing because of these conditions, guys. The benefits of Timol magnetized water is alkalize the blood, reduces excess free radicals, improves oxygenation. Now, you know, there used to be an ad back in the UK. I don't know if they're still around. Ronsil, you know, it does what it says on the tin. Guys, this does what it says. And there's no question of its efficiency and how it's helped people. So good and healthy life is the company's main goal. And, you know, Sylocimol is a product offering from this company. The technology is recognized internationally. Do your, you know, your research, go online. You know, there's nothing. One thing I love about 2026, the 21st century, we've got information at our fingertips. But we're still the most unhealthy generation. But we've got information on our fingertips. But research is there, guys. Information is there for everyone to see. Now, it's not just me. Don't take my word for it. I'm excited about it. I love this. I would gladly tell people, even if there wasn't no financial recourse. And to be honest, the very first person I shared this with was somebody who just needed a product. She had a sciatica pain issue. I said to my friend, listen, just contact this lady, Natalia, who's in the business. And that's before I was even involved. And I said, if this can help you, you just need to get it ASAP, because this lady was in so much pain. She was struggling to walk up her stairs at home to go to her bedroom. It was that bad. She was crawling. And I know what the sciatica pain felt like. Like I said, till I hit my 50s, I didn't even know what sciatica meant. I couldn't even spell it. But after that, I knew exactly what it meant, man. It wasn't nice. Thank God I don't have to deal with that anymore. But here, this certification by the World Health Organization, hate them, love them, have indifferent opinion of them, they recognize the suitability of the Brazilian company Timol as the only one complying with the standards and requirements of this institution of adopting a system or method of magnetic water treatment or correction as a system or method of health protection and recovery with scientifically proven efficiency. So is Timol the only company out there doing magnetized water? Of course not. No. But I've not seen a company do what this company has done the way they are doing it that has the results I'm seeing. I am totally blown away. You're going to see some of the results that people have had, and there's countless results, guys. This company's been around 22 years, but I really love the fact that 10 years after them being in business, that they got recognized for their work they did. Not just some placebo, no, scientifically proven efficiency for the work they've been doing. So one thing I always like, I've been involved in the entrepreneurial space, business space, whatever you will, for over 30 years, guys. I'm always a big advocate of documentation beating conversation. Show me something that somebody else outside the company, because if you're in the company, of course, you're going to do cartwheels. You're going to think it's the best thing since sliced bread. But show me another company that has no affiliation with you, accrediting you to what you've done. And of course, it had my attention anyway, because the product worked, regardless of the certificate. But it's good to know that there was documentation proving what they're doing. So this is my drum roll moment, guys. Do some drum rolls with me. This is the star of the show, right? Sylocimol, this mega combo pack. And there's two different variations of the household one. This one here is, and they're both same in nature, guys. So when I talk about this, I talk about the mini one as well. So this mega one here will treat up to 20 liters of water. On the next slide, I'll show you what it can, you know, what kind of things you can have it in. But that will treat up to 20 liters of water. The mini one, the one I typically have walk around with, let me actually show you on the camera here. This is the mini one. You know, they're just mini in nature. They do the same thing, guys. On this side, you've got the magnet. The green one is the minerals, right? So them two together, guys, they are my dynamic duo. They are my bodyguard, right? They are my, what do you call them? Batman and Robin, right? For my body. No kidding. So let me just tell you what they do. The magnet lasts 30 years, first and foremost. So if you think it's something that you need to buy and replace next month, no, think again. Magnet, 30 years. The minerals, this dolomite stone that has the calcium and magnesium in, will last you 3 years. Okay? It's a natural product. I can hear it, I can shake it, I can see it's in there. So of course that's going to be used up over time. So it doesn't matter, the mega or the mini, right? Now, the effects are the same on the body. Alkalize the blood, increase bone mineral mass. You know, you heard about on the video, guys. Osteoporosis. What happens as we age? Our bone mineral mass decreases. You know, people are trying different things. This broth, that product here, left, right, and center. Guys, we have it all within this product here. Increases blood oxygenation. You know, we spoke about oxygen, lack of oxygen, the effects of lack of oxygen in your cells for a period of time can cause a major problem. Okay, so increasing minerals in water by the green one. Okay, so again, that top is called top H plus. The two of them together, guys, are just amazing. So, you know, I'm a sickle cell trait, right? So, you know, I don't get it as bad as somebody who's a sickle cell, full-blown sickle cell, where their cells stick together and it causes immense pain. So bad, people would rather kill themselves than live with the pain. That's how severe it is. So when you're talking about cells and something that can penetrate the cells, I'm blown away how amazing this is. All right. So somebody said, oh, can you show the bigger one again? Okay, maybe that was a bit earlier. So that's the big one, the mega combo, and then the smaller one is what I've got. This is the small one, in case you had it the other way around, the mini one. Okay, same kind of thing, just lighter to carry. Not much difference, right? There's not like massive difference, but it's just slightly smaller in shape because it's to treat a smaller amount of water, 3 liters. As opposed to up to 20 liters. So if at home, what we have is we have one in a big old water dispenser thing where I get these 15 liters. I get a chance to flex my muscles when I pick them up, and you know, I put that in the water, and I have the mega one at home. The smaller one I take around with me, and which is great because it's like, you know, I just show it. I show it off so that people can see it. I'm like, yeah, this is the product, mate, right there. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, I'm glad you asked. And then obviously I do my thing, right? So that's a great product to take on street with me when I'm traveling. It doesn't leave my sight, guys. I'm kid you not. I do not take a journey. If I've got the cell phone in one hand, trust me when I tell you this, on my other hand, I've got my water bottle. And you see how big it is? Yeah, that goes with me everywhere. It's like my shadows. Like I said, it's my bodyguard for my body. Why not take it with me, right? Think of it like that. So you've got many different variations. You've got the standard water bottle, 1 liter bottle or whatever, 750 ml to 2 liters. I just happen to have a 2 liter one. You have the other one, variations. You've got water jugs. You've got water dispensers, all sorts of stuff. If you've got a good filtration unit at home, we've got people who spent thousands on really good filtration. And I applaud that. And I recommend get good filter. Clear out the nasty metals and all sorts of stuff, right, that comes through your pipe. It's not nice a lot of the time. Depending where you are in the world, what comes out your tap could be really bad. And some places, what comes out your tap is even better than what you're buying, right? But I would, big advocate, just make sure the water's clean. Get rid of all that nasty stuff, right? Because, like I mentioned, there's food now being labelled not fit for human consumption. That should tell you everywhere. That should tell you just like exactly where we are as a society. That food can be labelled and be able to be sold let alone what might be coming through your pipe. Now, if you want to do your research, knock yourself out. Type Sylocimol on YouTube, and you may see a lot of testimonials in Portuguese. Okay, we are gathering a lot of information, you know, in English-speaking countries, because this gentleman, 22 years ago, guys, and every time I say 22 years, it makes me put a big smile on my face, even bigger now. 22 years ago, this gentleman created a company, right, which I'm so grateful for, and I, you know, God gives me strength. I will want to meet this gentleman and shake his hand, because he came out with this company when other people were doubting him and thinking that he might have lost his marbles. He put his money where his mouth was, right? He provided health and quality of life of you know, through quality water. All right, so that was his mission, to provide health and quality of life for people through high quality water that truly hydrates. He definitely did what he's saying here. So he said here, knowing the dangers of consuming poor quality water over long periods, Mr. Carlos Henrique Pereira da Silva founded Timol in 2004 with a mission in mind. That, my friends, that is his mission statement. Provide health and quality of life for people through high quality water that truly hydrates. So I shake my hand, you know, take my hat off, I'll shake this gentleman's hand. You know, we heard a while back from his daughter involved in the company, you know, his son-in-law, you know, that whole legacy of what this product is doing. You know, it will outlive us. You know, are people going to stop taking water? Is water no longer going to be good for the body? No, never, never. Which is why we've got an evergreen product on our hands. I'm going to talk a bit about the business side in a minute, but guys, I don't know anybody anywhere in the world, right, that doesn't drink water like we all do. Like, just like we've all got blood running through our veins. It's as simple as that. And if you've got a product that can help the masses, and when I say the masses, this product is priced to help the masses. Some products are out of the reach of the masses, as we know. But this, and we're not going to be talking about the price, and you know, whoever's invited you on can tell you how much it is, but I'm telling you, it is cost effective. Guys, I must change this slide to 22 years. I don't know what's going on. Somebody remind me after the meeting. Every week I say, I'm going to update this slide. Simone, hey, wait there. Is Simone still on this call here? I'm just rattling through these slides here, and I want to introduce you guys to Simone. She's been in Brazil. She just recently came back from the Amazon, my friend. She knows this gentleman. Shook his hand. You know, he did this whole water treatment on hands and stuff like that. So we're going to hear from her at some point, right, on this meeting. So it's always good to know why we're here today. Like, it's that ripple effect. This gentleman created the company. Thousands upon thousands of people have been blessed because of this company in Brazil. Now, 18 years after being in Brazil, it started to make its way outside of the Brazil because of people like Simone and whoever introduces Simone to the table, and Augusta and Natalia and the other people that are now part of this Timol family, because somebody shared it with somebody, and somebody was gracious enough to call me and share it with me. And guys, my life is not the same. I'm telling you now. January 2026 to where we are in May 2026 is a different Leroy Lawson in front of you. Okay, so scientific evidence. Go to Google Scholar, do your research, articles galore about what we're talking about here. Not just don't take my word for it. Don't believe a word I say. As T.R. Becker would always say, don't believe a word I say. Do your own due diligence. Find out for yourself. But tell you guys, if you need this product, don't delay, man. I'm telling you, it's absolutely amazing. So, more than 20 countries. Yes, we're expanding like crazy. Probably countries that aren't listed here. Don't know how many more countries this product has, you know, changed hands in. Absolutely amazing. You know, that ripple effect that takes place because somebody knows somebody who is in need of what this product can do. I'm going to talk about testimonials in a minute, and that really blew me away when I came across this information. But let me just make this straight, guys. Sylocimol is not intended to cure diseases, okay, but rather to magnetize water. All right, magnetized water will be an adjunct in health treatment and will improve your quality of life by reducing acidity and free radicals in the body. That is pure and simple as I can make it. If it gets rid of those two things, guys, the acidity of the body, reducing acidity of the body, and free radicals in your body, you're going to see the after effects, guys, of what happens to your body. Your body's the miracle, guys. Some people call this the miracle water, all this stuff. No, guys, we're not here. You're not here to try and get ourselves in trouble. It's not a miracle water we're selling. All right. Your body's the miracle. You know, God created everything you need in your body, but our bodies get broken down because lack of and too much of certain things that we don't want. So guys, we put the right nutrients in our body is the miracle. All right. Amazing. So guys, with that said, I want to see if anyone's got a testimony, want to put their hands up, any comments they want to make, any questions. Speak now or forever hold your peace. This is Money Mondays, as I call it, as I coined it, because I want to talk some money. In fact, if you look at my shirt, let me just bring down, you see my shirt here, it's got the American flag on there in gold. This is Money Monday. So we're going to talk a little bit about Monday, about money, right? It's important. It's ranked right up there, as we say, with oxygen. And oxygen is needed for your cells. So guys, if I don't have anyone who's going to raise their hand or come on screen or in a position where they can talk, not a problem. I will continue to go through the slides and I will talk about what happened for me until I hear from anybody else. So it's good to hear from somebody else. This ain't the Leroy Lawson show. Far from it. I only knew about this company back in January, and I only got the product myself in February. So this is now 90 days now of me being on this product, and it's absolutely been a game changer. All right, so I will allow anybody to hop back on afterwards while I'm going through the slides. If you feel the urge to say something, then say it. That's what we're here for, right? So I'm going to go back to the slides real quick, and I'm going to talk about some of the amazing testimonials that I saw of this product. And I've got a ton, guys, of video testimonials in Portuguese. I've got a bunch of them now in English speaking. I'm putting some information together. I'm going to get these videos converted because they are absolutely amazing. All right. So I do need to update my slides, guys, because I've still got an update from somebody who shared. This is a slide, guys, of somebody who can't remember the full story. I know Natalia does, but there's a lady whose name escapes me, and she was sharing the product with somebody, and she spoke a couple of weeks ago, and I'm actually going to put in the chat some of the Zoom links, some previous Zoom links, so you can hear some of the testimonials. Typically on a Thursday, we do a lot more testimonials on Testimonial Thursdays. But this lady here had I don't know the full story, that's why I can't really talk to it. But again, just what they say, pictures worth 1,000 words. There you go. So before, after the healing, we've had so many healing pictures, unbelievable. This gentleman here, for example, before and after, vitiligo, guys. This is not like something that you typically come across with one product that helps you drink more water. And the effects that we're seeing, unbelievable, guys. So again, this video, I do have it in Portuguese. If you want it, I can send it. Before and afters, unbelievable. What about this one here? This gentleman here, the skin. I mean, you know, I've got family member. I remember growing up, and you know, she had to constantly put this cream, this Bentonite, if I don't said it correctly, Bentonite, something like that. And her skin, she had eczema, and the skin was just like really hard and crackly. So to see my guy here with whatever the skin condition is, the before and after, I'm like, oh my Lord. We're not talking about a little area on your body here, right? We're talking major part of your body, all right? As we know, our skin is the biggest organ, right? That lets everything in, you know, whatever we, good or bad, right? Whatever we put on our skin could be seeping into our bloodstream, guys. The stuff we put under our arms, check it, man. I mean, all this stuff, our pores is just open for, come on, we need to protect ourselves as much as we can. It's so crazy. So to have something like this, that just drinking as a byproduct does so many things, is unbelievable. We've had so many cases of people who've had diabetes, incredible testimonials of people. And unfortunately, I had an auntie who at the age of 80, guys, had to get her leg amputated because of diabetes. Being, you know, stepped on something, didn't realize until it was too late. So I'm seeing all these stories and hearing how this product has helped him, from the free radical damage, from reducing all of these toxins out of the body. I mean, incredible. This gentleman here, he has quite a compelling story. Again, I have the video. This is again in Portuguese, but this gentleman here, again, totally blew me away, guys, because here's this guy, his whole family, he mentioned, it kind of ran in the family, diabetes issues. He was scheduled to have his leg amputated, or his foot. I'm not sure which, but I'm going to show you what his... Pause that. It's major, guys, right? My auntie wasn't as bad as that. And I believe, you know, if I maybe had this product a year prior to, you know, me getting involved, she may not have had to lose her foot. And she's in London, guys. You know, you know, she was in a very good place where she could have got treatment early. Her foot was nowhere as near as bad as what you're seeing. And so I'm thinking, hey, she would have had a fighting chance. So see his foot, like the areas in which, and we've seen some really bad ones. And he's using the product, that was the product how it looked like before. Him talking about Sylocimol, all right? And then to see what his foot looks like now, I mean, come on, man. Serious, guys. Absolutely amazing, all right? Can't put a price on that. Really and truly, cannot put a price on that. I know my aunt for sure, if I could show her a product that was so inexpensive and that can do something like that, and it, you know, I'm not saying making no health claims, but what it does for the body in general, my God, it's a game changer, absolute game changer. So, you know, it's not just us as human beings, animals, you know, your pets, you know, people spend a lot of money on their pets, and those medical bills are not cheap, just like human bills, right? Human bills, they're not cheap. Healthcare in North America or anywhere else, privatization, people go get private health because, you know, they can't wait too long to get treated. The longer you leave something, the worse. And you may be somebody, hey guy, Leroy, man, I know you're talking to, I know the audience you're talking to. Yeah, I've got somebody who's not well. I've got somebody, no, guys, we all need to be drinking water, regardless. Do not wait until your body tells you different. You know what I'm saying? Do not wait for that orange light. You know the orange light that comes on in your car when your engine light, that's a light you do not want to see, right? Just like your body. You don't want your body to, you don't want to see your eyes looking yellow. You don't want to see when you're going to the washroom, it looks like Lucozade. You do not want that, right? Prevention's better than cure, my friends. How about plants, farmers, agricultural? They're getting more produce using, and of course, this is not like the one, they're not using the 3 litre or the 20 litre in farmland, right? They're using the big industrial one. Same product, same result, better overall. Their crops are increasing, and we've had people do tests. I poured it actually in some flowers and see what it was doing, and I swear, man, the life of the plant, I'm like, is this plant gonna die? I'm like, what's going on? Unbelievable, right? Do your own research, guys. Do your own thing. All I know is for me, guys, and this is what I can tell you. Before I took this product, my body was a certain way, right? I was getting pains in my body like you wouldn't believe. The sciatica thing started when I was hitting 50s, and then it just went from there, and on my left side, and I had this pain in my hip, and the pain would be so bad, guys, that sometimes I couldn't even get up. You know, when I'm in church, I couldn't even get up. I had to sit down, just wait it out. Literally, I would just grab my hip, like really hold it. And it was like ridiculous. I can't live like this. I'm in my 50s. What the heck, man? So I go to the chiropractor. I'm getting physio done. All sorts of stuff, right? Nothing is getting to the root of the problem. And then I take my fast self to the UK. I pick up this product, right? I fill it in this water bottle back in February. And that's all I know, guys. Since then, till now, thank God, that pain has not returned. Now, I know if I'm not drinking enough water because I start to feel a little antsy around there, all right? So I know I need to drink water, which is a great sign. It's like, oh yeah, dude, you're not even drunk. But I've gone from somebody who barely drank to somebody who now feels these 2 litre bottles, this 2 litre bottle, I may do 1.5 of it or 2, but I'm definitely at least minimum drinking 2. Like if I'm not drinking, refilling this in a day, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I love the taste of this so much so that I've stopped snacking on some of the stuff I used to love snacking out on. Every night I would want something to snack on, and I don't anymore. You know, I mean, now and then I may have a lapse, right? But it's not like I have to. I just find my taste buds and everything is just changed as a result of that. So, guys, this is the part where we're going to say we are done with the product. If you've got any questions, now's the time to type or get back to whoever's invited you. I'm going to spend 5 minutes or so talking about the income side because, like I said, research has shown by drinking high magnetized water, you can prolong your life for up to another 15 years. Imagine another 15 years, all because you drank the water that your body was craving for. Your body's many cries for water. So that blew me away. So we're going to talk about income to go alongside with your now longer living health regime, because you don't want to be up in age and you're still having to go to work when you're in your 70s and 80s if you don't want to, right? Should be because you want to, right? I would do this till I'm 90, 100, just sharing this and get paid. Like they pay me to share this, not on the Zoom, but they pay me, you know, if I share this with people. So we're going to talk about what happens if you decide to share this, open up your mouth or send a message. We know we live in an age now where people don't need to talk. You could send a text message, send a broadcast. And like what we had to do back in the day, you reach millions of people without even opening your mouth because of technology. So guys, I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about how you can benefit financially, if you so wish, with what we're going to be sharing. So let me share my screen. Don't see any questions, which is cool by me. So let's move on from here. Transform your life with Timol. Now, it's all about transformation, guys. You know, I really feel this company, and again, Simone, if you're there, if you have a chance, hop on. Love to hear from you. But this company is really, it's like it's made for me. Like my one of my users' name back in the day was Life Transformer. It still is, right? And so this is talking about transforming your life with Timol. Okay, more health, more freedom, and real opportunity for growth. We're going to talk about the business side of things. I see Simone there. Oh, you're driving. Yes, you're driving.
Yes,
All right.
I
Yeah.
am in the road now.
Okay, no problem. I know you had a big day today, a long day today.
Yeah, it was amazing day today. It was a nice event, and everybody got so they love the water. Everybody loved the water, so it was really, really good. Good event.
Right, yeah. So just to give you some context, guys, Simone is the person who basically opened up this market for us, and she was at an event where, you know, one of the franchisees that I brought into the business had an event where people came and tried the water, and so, you know, so she's saying how people loved it. So yeah, this is a product. People taste the difference. Is that right, Simone? People saw when they tried it, they felt or tasted the difference.
Yes, they feel like it. They were surprised. They say, "My God, this water is really amazing." And of course, they keep come back to get more, a little bit more water, because they really feel the difference. And
Yeah,
they're amazing because everybody come and drink it. They pass it. They want to know more about. So I think the people today is really interested to understand more about to be healthy. A lot of people come and stay. They question a lot. They want to understand, and but because today is bank holiday here in London, so they all say, no, today I can, but I can't today, but next time, when it's gonna be, they already ask it, they give you the number, please send me the link. So it's really
nice.
good to know that people really interested to know about it, because everybody drink water. And because it was
Hmm.
so hot, everybody was coming to try the water. And I always say, you have your water? Yes. Okay, try yours and try ours. Always I make it, they really try to understand why it's so light. So it's
Right,
really was amazing. Was really good today. Was really amazing.
fantastic. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's really a taste of difference moment. I know you guys remember adverts back in the day. They had the Pepsi challenge where they have Pepsi Cola, you blindfold you, and then they have the other product there, the other so-called colas or whatever. And you know, you was meant to say, oh, it shows Pepsi all the time. People are going to choose this product every time because it is so light and refreshing. It really does make you want to drink more water, which is the name of the game. So yeah, so thanks for sharing that. And so yeah, for those people inquiring, this time, Thursday, same time, same link, same information, but we just literally just talk solely about the business about the product, sorry, on Thursdays meeting, as opposed to me sharing the business side of things today. So we're going to be talking about you know, how this product, how this company helps people change and transform their lives, not just with their health, but of course with their income side of things. And so you've got a great product. Of course, we want people to know about it. Creates a great business. And so this company has done something which, again, I've been in this home business arena for a very long time. And I must say, in all those years, guys, I've not seen anything with such an impact that this product has. As you've seen, the variations of testimonials are incredible, and that's just not even half the fact what I can show you. But from a business standpoint, guys, you're looking at a business that deals with a product that every single person on the planet needs. I mean, I don't know what is more potent than that, to be honest, right? Oh my goodness, you're telling me, just like your cell phone, if I can earn every time somebody makes a call, which is why some of these guys have made a fortune. It's not the people who are the ones who find the gold, guys. It's the one who go out and gets the tools, the picks to go and get the gold. You know, people made a fortune selling the pickaxes, not the people who went and found the gold. That's the difference here. The people that have it in the cell phone, not necessarily the people that manufacture it. The people who have the minutes that run on their cell phones, so the product is effective. They're making a fortune. If you're a trader, you know it's not so much the money you deposit into those companies. It's the fact that every single transaction they earn from, guys. Now, here we are. Water is a necessity. And guess what? We've got a product that sits right next to it without asking any questions. It's there. And it does something your body needs. It does more for you than a phone booth did for Clint Clark. Did I say that right? Clark Kent. Right? So everybody needs it, guys. I don't need to convince you that you need water. Hopefully, I don't need to spend an hour telling you why you need water. So we have something pretty amazing in our hands. Now, we have two different ways in which we make money with this company, with this business model. We have a team building element where, you know, you share it with your friends and family, or people just out there. You know, you're going to obviously reach more people who do not know you than people that do know you, because everybody drinks water. Now, the other aspect of it is direct sales. This is a fantastic direct sales model. Okay, we've got two really great engines working for you, but a total of 6 different ways in which you're going to get paid. I'm going to literally fly through these, but if you want to know more in detail, get back to whoever's invited you. They can share more information on that, because we don't have the time to spend another 30 minutes going into the compensation plan. But just know, guys, there's money here, right? And so the first way, like I mentioned, team building and referrals. Second way is product sales. Yeah, straightforward. Get the product, make a markup on it, and you earn the difference between the two. So you've got permanent income coming through, and you've got that leverage, which is the, you know, I'd say the secret of the rich, but it's no secret. You know, why do CEOs, why do people who earn a fortune travel around the world, spend seem like their whole life on a golf course, and their businesses are making millions? Because they do not need to be there. And if your business relies upon you being there, it's not a business. It's not a business that's scalable, I should say. It's not a business that you can walk away from. It's not a business that you can just say, all right, you know what, I feel tired, I want to lie down. No, you're the business. And if something happens to you, God forbid, your business is done. There's no sheltering proof. I'm going to show you a business that's leveraged, okay? The best business model on the planet. One where earns you money, where you were there or not. Whether you decide to get up, talk to somebody or not. That's the best business. That's leverage. So we're not exchanging time for money to make money here. No, we're building a core, and that core is going to expand locally, initially, and then globally. You're going to start touching lives in places and countries you didn't even know existed. Okay? And so this is your traditional business, right? You know, you have your industry, the wholesaler, the distribution models, the supermarket, and then you, the consumer. You know, every single one needs to eat. They're going to get a piece of the pie, right? And so a lot of people taking their bit, just like I mentioned, right? They're going to get their bit. What I love about this model is that you're in the middle. On the left-hand side, you have the company we would deal with, Timol. On the right-hand side, you have your customer. You're the bridge between your customer and the company. So you are now in business for yourself. But guess what, guys? You're not by yourself. You didn't have to set up the distribution channel. You didn't have to go out there and do the manufacturing. No, all you needed to do was saying, I like this. I want to share it with my friends. How do I go about it? And we're going to show you how you can get started today, literally, and start to share this with people tomorrow, if you so wish. So the profit that normal companies, I would say normal, traditional companies go out there, they spend money on billboards, spend money on Facebook ads, Instagram, all this stuff, spending fortune to get a few customers signing up. This, you know, they take space on a shelf in a supermarket with no guarantee that that product is actually going to reap them the benefits. What we love about this model is that we are connected to our customer. Okay, they're not going on Amazon to buy this product. They're not going on eBay. No, they're going through you. How do I get the product? Get back to the person who's invited you. They're the only people on the planet that have access to the company. So there's a core set of us in different countries which is why I said, if you want to know about the product pricing, get back to whoever's invited you, because some people deal with dollars, some people deal with pounds, some people deal with euros. And so we all have different denominations, but it's the same product, guys. Okay, same distribution. We all have access because we are part of the company. Now, I'm going to show you a very straightforward model that you can implement if you choose, or if you not to, on how you can actually make the first way of making money, which is retail. It's very straightforward, right? As you heard, Simone was talking about, there's an event. People came to the event. They tried the water. They want to maybe know more information. They maybe come to a Zoom. Then they want to get the product. Or they could just, from drinking that water at the event, they'll be like, oh my goodness, how do I get my hands on this product? I've never heard of this product before. Absolutely. I know you're not. I could do a survey right now. Each one of you, ask 100 people, have you heard of Timol? They'll be like, who? And I'll be like, exactly. Yeah, this company is it's a hidden secret, guys. Hardly anybody knows about it outside of Brazil. And yet, and even in Brazil, there's scope everywhere. It's like the best of best worlds. A company that's been around 22 years, pays you, doesn't have a problem paying you, not a company on trial. Will they work? Will they pay me? Will they run away with my money? How many times have we been there, guys, in businesses where the company's not even been around long enough to pay you these bonuses? They're talking about, if you do X, Y, Z, then you're going to reap the benefits. And they're gone. They're gone with your money. No integrity, nothing. We've got a company here, a real business. So imagine you shared in the morning and in the evening, Monday to Friday, you shared about Timol. No, you didn't do an hour-long presentation. No, we're not asking you to be a salesman and telling you, oh yeah, we're going to rid you of this and that. No, do not go there. What we're going to do, guys, you're going to share some information. You may even sample somebody, comes to your home, and don't charge them. And, say, try this water, and they try it, and they're like, man, what's going on here? This water tastes different. And I goes, yeah, try this one. This is the water before I poured it in there. Try it now. And they're like, oh my gosh, what have you got going on here? And, if you did that twice a day, my friends, in the day, you shared it with somebody, you sent them a message, say, my goodness, have you heard of this company called Timol? Or, have you heard of magnetized-water? Or whatever your opening line is. Or I've come across something I think you should have a look at. Especially if somebody you know who needs the benefits of what I'm talking about here. And they say, yeah, send me some information. You can send them a short video, some information, a 5-minute clip or whatever, a testimonial from somebody, especially if it relates to that person, if you know that person may be struggling with a certain disease of sorts. And then they come back to you and say, listen, this is amazing. How can I get hold of it? And you sell one of these products. I'm going to show you the numbers. The numbers are mind-blowing, guys. I'm telling you that now. So if you did this Monday to Friday, You gave yourself the weekend off, right? You only shared it to 2 people once a day, Monday to Friday, 20 times. You did that. You exposed yourself. Exposed the business, not yourself. Please, you'll get yourself arrested. And I'm going to show you how many of those products you could actually end up selling. Okay. So I don't want you to understand the maths. 2 a day, 4 weeks in a month, in a typical month, you've literally exposed the business to 40 people. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you with one product, guys. This is the mega combo, and I show you this because after you sell a certain amount of these, minimum of 5, you actually get a better pricing. Just like anything, guys, you do more volume, you get better pricing. So I'm going to show you how you could be making €180 per sell, right? With this one product. This is the first income stream we're going to talk about. Make sure I don't go over my time too much. I'm going to really talk quick now. If you did this once a week, out of those people you were messaging, sampling, they came to your house or whatever, combination thereof, you ended up selling 1 a week. You're going to end up with €720, all right, for the business. Now, I'm telling you right now, guys, if you did that, you've literally covered yourself financially to get involved in the company, right? Bar the shipping. You've covered yourself. That's the first thing. I'm going to show you how straightforward you can actually be in profit. Most businesses, guys, do not get into profit. In fact, most of them struggle their first 5 years. Nothing's changed. It's really difficult. It's difficult more now than ever. All right. And so I'm going to show you how you can get profit within the same month that you joined and be in profit every single month thereafter, just through doing what I'm just sharing with you. That's the first way. Second way, you did a bit more. You had a better return on your numbers. And guys, sales and anything marketing, it's all about knowing your numbers. Some people, they could talk to 40 people, and that, as a result of that, half of them are just like, yeah, dude, listen, what you tell me, I don't need to sell. Just, what is it? I'll buy it. You've got that level of connection, or you've got that aura, or your industry, people know you, and they just like, yeah, I'm in. Some people may need to do more to get to that level. Whatever your numbers are your numbers. But I'm telling you, these numbers, men and women lie, numbers do not lie. I'm going to show you what happens if you did 3 in a week. You now making over €2,000. Guys, go online. I beg you, after this call, go online and find out how many hours you need to work to make €2,000 in a month, right? This is you selling 3, guys, of these a week, right? And if you're out there and you're really knocking it out the park, and Simone knows people who are doing way more than this in a week, but I'm just showing you 5 in a week. That's €3,600, guys. This is income stream number 1. I've not even gone anywhere yet. Income stream number 1, €3,600. I mean, we're talking about mortgage payment, guys. We're talking about paying off stuff. We're talking about maybe investing in stuff. If you had 3,600, or let's just rein it in. Let's just say you had €720 to buy Bitcoin every month. Just boom. You know what? I'm buying that, or using half of that, and just left it one side, and just left it. You didn't even look at it. Years down the road, or whatever. Gold. You bought some gold. You bought some silver. Guys, I'm telling you, this is serious money. Just income stream number 1. Income stream number 2. This is when you refer it. Refer the business to other members. You have to be part of the business to be able to refer and earn. I'm going to show you at the end how much you can earn. Now, at the silver level, which is the 3 different levels you're primarily going to get in, you come in at the silver level, you can earn €80 through somebody joining, okay? Out of those 40 people, guys, remember, some of those same customers who bought the product are so in love with it. They're like, oh my gosh, you know what? This person, that person, yeah, oh my goodness, now you're telling me. And before you know it, they've got 4 or 5 people that they know would be interested in trying the product, getting the product. And so they might even come in at the gold member level. Silver one comes with the mega combo. You know, the big one I spoke about? It comes with that product, with that silver membership. Gold one comes with the mini and mega. So again, you've got the 2 of them. One you could be just using as sampling, and one you could use as retail, bring your initial cost down, and then the money that you're bringing you back, don't go and, well, I can't advise you what to do, right? With your own money. I would advise, if it's me, which is what I did, I upgraded my business, right? Upgraded, used that money, I bought more product. Okay, I want to upgrade, and my goal is to get to platinum. Use that money, upgrade to platinum, because as you go up in the business, you basically make more for the same amount of work. You earn more money because you've allowed yourself to go higher up in the hierarchy of the product offering. So gold membership, platinum membership, feed it back into your business, and you're just reaping the benefits, guys, right? So quick start bonus. For those of you who want to get out the gate quick, you could do this. Share it with at least 2 people. You want minimum of 3, but share it with at least 2 people, because we're going to show you what we have in terms of the income structure. That opens up another income stream. So don't forget, that was second income stream number 2. This is income stream number 3. Quick start bonus. This is where I'm going to really start speaking a lot quicker, guys, right? Because we're running out of time. Refer 2 people, and say one of them gets started, and they share it, and they bring in a couple of people. Now this is leverage, guys. Robert Kiyosaki talks about leverage. If you don't know who he is, wrote a couple of amazing books on cash flow quadrant and stuff like that. You want to leverage. So you could share it with somebody, and then they go and share it with somebody, and before you know it, your business is out of your own area. You don't know these people on the second level. But just because you don't know them doesn't mean you're not going to get paid on them, because the company's going to reward you if this model is done in 45 days. So it's really good to help your people who's getting started to get off to a fast start, because the company will reward you for saying, well done, brought this new business to the table, let's help you get your first 2 people in, blah, blah, blah. You work with that person, right? So again, those numbers are in Brazilian reals. I need to change that to euros. The other thing I really like about this company, guys, is we have 3. Can you see that? On the right hand side, it's asking you how many active directs do you need in the business for you to earn from a leader, which is when your primary level to coming in, all the way to black diamond. Now, as you go up and these gemstones get higher, and the black diamond is the rank, is the top of the enchilada, right? Top of the tree. You only need 3 people. Guys, I've joined businesses that every single rank advancement, you need to bring in another 3 in order for you to get paid. You're doing all this work and you can't get paid because you now have to keep recruit. And it becomes really tiresome. Now, I'm telling you, when you have a business that by default, you don't have to, it just automatically happens. And I recommend at least having 6, because those original 3 might fall off the earth. They might, the earth's flat, right? They might fall off it. For some of you who think the earth's flat, right? So you want to make sure you have, just like your car, you love your car, you think your car's the best car on the planet. You don't think at some point you might get a flat? Absolutely. So you need to prepare for that. So don't make their minimums your maximum. Have at least 6. Now, you're going to get binary bonuses, which is why I recommended getting at least 2 people, one on your left, one on your right, to start things off. But this example is showing you if you had 4 people, like I said, don't make their minimums your maximum. 4 people on your way to getting 6. Like I said, there's no stipulation, but you see the reason, the benefits of having at least 3, how it opens up those bonuses. Again, this is bonus number 4. Maybe getting them ahead of myself. Bonus number 4. Now, you're going to earn, as people come to the business, when they franchise and they upgrade from gold to platinum, for example, you're going to earn again. So imagine somebody comes into the business, they refer a gold membership, you're earning 36 euros. You're thinking 36 euros? Carl, what's that? Guys, do not leave $1 on the table. If you now multiply that, because what happens in our industry is that as people tell more people tell other people, you get more people by default. And at some point, on some level, and guys, this is to infinity. They're not putting a cap on, okay, we're not going to earn you past this particular ceiling. No, you can earn to whatever extent. And you're going to find people in the business that are on levels that you can't even imagine. How did that happen? Because you told somebody, Simple as that. And before you know it, you're earning not just on your 4 people, you're earning on 16. And then that 16 becomes 64, and then so forth and so forth in an ideal world, right? And you're getting unilevel bonuses, which is the bonuses of the people that you personally invited. The company's going to pay you that as well, right? Just in case the 720 or the 2,100 or the 3,000 euros wasn't enough through income stream number 1, you now have these other income streams that now are nothing to do with you. This is what I love about it. You start the ball, The other one, the retail one, is only you. You're selling it to somebody. These ones now are going to outgrow you. All right? This is true leverage. How about this one? Another unit level bonus. Every time somebody purchases the product, there's a little income in there. $2.27. Residual income, my friends. Residual income. This is what got me into this whole industry in the first place. I wanted to do something one time and get paid over and over. Okay? My cousin, he did some work with a band. Really big band, massive in the UK, massive worldwide actually. And to this day, he hasn't played a note for over a decade. Does that stop the commissions coming in? Does that stop the royalty checks coming in? Heck no. He did that work, he recorded, he did whatever back then, and he's still getting rewarded. This is where we are, guys. You may not record the best #1 hit song. You may not be an author. You may or may not. But guys, you can earn residual as if you did, and actually even earn even more than somebody who did all of that work. I'm telling you, it's possible. So again, residual on this level, $2.27. You may think it's so insignificant. There's a statement: take care of the pennies, take care of the dollars, something like that. I've totally butchered that. But what I'm sharing with you, as your levels grow, so does your income grow, right? And it goes with you. It doesn't look like chicken feed when it's over $2,000 a month or over $10,000 a month. Somebody knows somebody who's got over 6,000 people in her business. Guys, look at the numbers. What could that number be? And we're part of that organization. Do I know her? No. She benefiting from whatever I do? Absolutely. All right. And I would want every single person up to the top of the company to benefit, because we all have that same opportunity to share this with everybody that we come into contact with. Right. So, major question: how much to get started? Well, €840 gets you positioned. Now, what I love about this, guys, is that a lot of businesses will charge you this over and over again. This is a one-time fee to setting yourself up. Okay. If you've ever looked at any franchise business, tell me if you find a franchise less than €1,000. Okay, probably I don't know if there's one that actually exists. So this one sets you up, and it gives you product. You're not just buying a business. You find a warehouse somewhere and you're setting up, or you find a shop front and you're having to leverage your house. You have to put up collateral. Guys, no, none of that's involved here. Do not do it. You don't need to do it. Right? You can get started, and we have creative ways to help you even get started if you're struggling to get yourself the money to get going, guys. Whoever's invited you on can talk to you about that. The gold membership comes with 2 products, as I mentioned. Again, one you could use for retail, one you can use as a sampler, and you use it for yourself. And then the platinum, as you scale up, you can go to platinum. You could go in wherever you fit in and upgrade yourself from one level to another and make the most of it. Guys, we have a whole career plan for somebody who really wants to make this a full-time gig for themselves. People are making full-time incomes from this. And so, if you like the idea of traveling, you get points. These points can be converted into cash, and you can benefit all the way around, guys. So we are very fortunate. We have something that is a product that is in need. Everybody needs to drink water. We have a product that's priced at a really good price point to allow the masses to take advantage of what we have. And we've got a business that's been around 22 years and hardly anybody knows about it. Guys, I don't even know if you'll understand how amazing to have all of those elements come together. It's an entrepreneur's dream. You don't need to go on Dragon's Den to find a unicorn business. You've got one right in front of you, my friends. So with that said, I am going to bring this meeting to a close. We are really over the hour mark. So with that said, Simone, do you have any final words? I know you're driving. If you can't talk, no problem. Anybody else who wants to say anything? But we will be doing this again, same time, same channel on Thursday. Over to you, my friend.
Yeah. So this is the point here. When you try the water, it's something easy to do because you want to spread this. Because it's like the owner say, you have an opportunity to save people's life every single day. Because sometimes people is being prayed for something's coming to them. And that's the project. That's why I love so much, because so many people needed our water. So many people need it. So everybody need to try. Like I say to everybody, try the water, and then after you see the results, you want to tell everybody. So this is the point. Today I talk to a lot of people, and I say, maybe you don't want it, but your cousin, your brother, or your sister live in different country, they look for another job, they need extra money, and they can do extra. They don't need to leave your job. You can carry on your work, because in there you meet more people, you know more people. And that's like, who's at 6,000 is the one invite me. She used to have a restaurant. She paid 40,000 pounds to open a restaurant, but every month she need to pay a rent. So she borrowed 40,000 pounds from the bank, but every month she need to pay the rent for the restaurant. So that's why for me it's something like amazing to see you you pay $2,000 or 2,000 pounds or 2,000 euros, and you can get a franchise with that. And then, like you say, it's just you pay once and come with the product, and you can start to work. You get the product, you sell. So it's something like amazing you can do. You can ask money. I just want to sell. Good. You buy and you sell, the money is yours. Simone, I want to just sell franchise. You can choose what you want to do. I want to do both. So you decide how many hours you do. Nobody tell you what time. Any language, because we can always have meetings, different countries. So it's something you do from your house. Sometimes you have kids and you cannot go out for work because you have your kids at home. But when they sleep, you can do the business. When they're in school, you can do the business. Sometimes you have your parents. Is you look after them. They're in bed. You cannot go out for work, but you need extra money. So this is another kind of way you can get extra money, helping people get a quality of water. So today I talk to a lot of people, and everybody say, please drink the water, see for you first your result, and become like trust, because people there doesn't know us. It's easy for our friends to trust us and buy the product straight away. But for the people who doesn't know us, say, you come to the meeting. We are here every Mondays and Thursday. You're gonna know us because you're gonna see us all the time. And that's the way. And then we can meet, you can go for a coffee. You're going to know us. That's why this project for me is so a bless, because you can involve with people you know and people you don't know, people in different country. You can bring your family. If they live in different country, they need it. So it's for everybody, for the people who retire and they are tired. We have one guy work with us, eight years old. Can you imagine? He said the Timol gave life to him twice. First, his health back, and now he's always in there. He do meetings. It's so nice to see him. He said, now I have a way to live a different life. So
Yeah.
it's really nice. So it doesn't matter how old you are. So this is really a good business for everybody, and everybody drink water. So for me, is the perfect. For me, it's
Perfect.
perfect.
Right. Exactly. For sure. Well,
So
bless
thank you
you.
so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Leroy.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. And guys, we'll have this posted in the groups and stuff, so you can check out the recording, send it to somebody who didn't make it, and we will call this meeting to a close. Let me just stop the recording.